All right, Incursion 2.3, we're going to go to the first two Mystic nodes. The biggest thing I want to point out before we get started is that my Sylvie is a skirmisher, just to make sure she can rip off some buffs. And I like having Beta Ray Bill sandwich between Loki and Vol, so when they counterattack, we're putting defense down and exposed out as much as possible. So we'll load in here and see if we can get this speed up off of Big Time Spider-Man is like the number one thing. So we're going to target into him. Hopefully Sylvie can rip it off. She didn't. All right, let's try again with Loki's special into him. All right, still weren't able to get it off. But that's okay. Let's see if we can still kind of bro through this. After we go with that, I do Vol's special into Rogue. That ability blocks Morgan Le Fay, and ability blocks Squirrel Girl, kind of the two big things. Alright, so luckily we got some energy for Teen Loki here, so we can clean off all those debuffs on Loki, but now I see that the exposed didn't land, so that's going to be kind of annoying, but we should be able to get through it now that Loki's not on the verge of death from Big Time. I like to stun one of the Kestrels, doesn't necessarily matter which one. I'm going to do it over here because soon we're going to start targeting Morgan Le Fay, so hopefully this Kestrel on the right side will kind of go down naturally. Alright, got the exposed to land that time. Right now just chipping away, trying to get Vol back up with the hits into the exposed, so maybe we can do our ult here in a second. Let's try to stun Morgan. She resists everything, so that's not surprising. Alright, now that everybody's up, we're just going to ult just to do damage here. I really want that Morgan dead before she starts doing Morgan things. We'll do more over here. Let's get rid of this Kestrel. Putting it vulnerable on magic. See if we can't chip away this Black Bolt a little bit. Like everyone knows, just trying to take advantage of this exposed for Vol and let her do what she does. Basic out. So that had pretty much two of the worst conditions. Big Time getting his ultimate off and that exposed being resisted by Rogue. Usually that doesn't happen. The other big lose condition is Morgan Le Fay resisting the ability block. That can also lead to disaster. All right, second node. I think it's a little bit more straightforward, but I'll go ahead and show it anyway. I feel like that first node's a little trickier. So still with the skirmisher, hoping to peel as much of these defense ups as possible off. Usually I'd special with Loki, don't have enough energy, so we're just gonna ult. I like to special with Vol into Dark Beast. Special into Robbie to get a vulnerable on him. And then special with Beta into the Robbie, hoping he gets stunned. Special into the other Bishop. He's got taunt, so we don't really have a choice anyway. Nemesis gets his attack off, kills a minion. That's all fine. Try to get an expose on Captain Carter. She has so much health that the expose will stay up for a while. Beta's got offense up, so we can use the ult. Really fry some people. Make sure with Beta you're hitting someone vulnerable so he can keep getting his energy back. We'll just ult here. Now also I know that the boss node's already been taken by Big Red, and I don't really use these guys if I were to make it to the final boss node, so I have no reservations, just spending all my moves here. But if we were going into the boss node, I'd want to save some cooldowns for that, especially the Vol, most of Vol's moves. Even though I get resisted on the boss node all day, still have it up. And that's it. That's the first two nodes. I think that first one's definitely tricky and has more lose conditions if you're not careful. All right, stay tuned for the next section.